please.
Kara Caston.
Here.
Ken Dawson.
Here.
Sherelle Fuller. Here. Thank you. Terry Pavicic.
Here.
And Don Renner.
Here.
Thank you very much.
Having-
And Nala Mokath, I'm sorry, excuse me, Nala. Here.
Having a quorum, let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, Hank, it's a special night, so I'm going to turn it over to you for some special recognition of students.
All right, this is a wonderful evening. One of the things that the board was focused on this year was getting better at celebrating our successes across the district. We didn't expect to have so much so soon after we passed our new procedures. So we have a few groups to recognize tonight, and the school administration is going to call forward some coaches and sponsors, and we'll work through there. So, Principal Lip.
Good evening. Today is a really, really special day. I was telling Mr. Makovich in the hallway, I've been looking forward to the celebration all day, and I'm so excited to be able to share some of our successes with you. To start, we're going to start with our Trostangs gymnastics team. They, as you know, are our shared District 99 co-op gymnastics team. I am not going to spoil all the celebration. I'm going to turn it over to Coach Kristen Campos. So come on up, and we'd like you just to share with us your successes so far, or thus far this season. Okay.
Hi, everybody. So we haven't met. I'm Kristen Campos. This is ending my 17th year as the head coach of this program. We've been a co-op now 5 of those, I think it is. But we had a wonderful season, kind of rounding out, undefeated in conference, regional champions, sectional champions, and at the state meet finished second in the state in a really hard-fought meet, and had 3 of our varsity girls advance to finals. And from that, Genevieve Harrion was our Beam State champion with her teammate right next to her. I think in addition to the things on the screen, it's more important really to think about all 10 of them as a group. We wouldn't be successful without all 10 of them playing a really important role, whether they were a teammate that was braiding their hair or giving them the best pep talk of the season, or, cheering the loudest from the stands. It was really a nice environment at Palatine to hear all of them come together. But we also had Kaylin Landry was a Beam State finalist as well, finishing 9th in the state. So really proud of her for that. But to have 6 routines go in finals, to improve our team score on the second day was something that was really quite amazing. And I know it's not up there, but Edie is a freshman who was the highest scoring freshman in the entire state of Illinois. So she finished. So I will say we're very lucky because we are only losing 1 senior. So we will miss Maddie dearly, but this is just the beginning of more great things to come, I think. So.
Can you introduce who
I can introduce. Genevieve is going to come on up and say a few words.
Awesome.
Come on, Jen. With moral support of Maddie.
Hi. First of all, I want to thank everyone in the room for all their support this season. Our team, we just had so much fun this season. I'm so proud of everybody, and through all of us pushing through setbacks and coming together and getting really close as a team. So, yeah.
We have Kristen. Can you introduce each of the players there?
Okay, so that was Genevieve Harrion. Edie Condon, can you stand up? Yeah, wave. Be embarrassed. Madison Piotrowski. And Maddie will be representing our district at the Illinois Girls Gymnastics High School National Meet in May, which I will be accompanying her coaching in Fort Myers, so she'll represent us nicely in Florida. Kaylin Landry. Riley Martin. Heidi Schmidt. Ellie Polanski. Ellen Enriquez. Lauren Deasy. Emily Kupta. Making sure they were listening. And then also Kylie Basco and Bill Norris as my trustee assistants. I have to say, just a shout out, and I'm sure some of the other coaches will echo me, but our training staff here is one of the best in the state, and Steph and DJ have been a big reason for our success, and I think they don't get enough appreciation for what they do to keep us going and right along with us the whole way. So without them, I don't think we would have been as successful. So I know they're not here, but a big shout out to our training staff.
I was going to say, before you sit down, Kristen was also recognized as Illinois High School Gymnastics Association Coach of the Year. All right, so we have
I have a few proclamations to work through. So both the Village of Downers Grove and the Village of Woodridge have offered proclamations towards our gymnastics team, so for the trustees. So I have a proclamation from the Village of Downers Grove that recognizes the hard work, dedication, sportsmanship, talent, and team chemistry of the 2024 trustees as serving as an exemplary representation of Downers Grove to the sport of gymnastics and to the state of Illinois, bringing pride and recognition to our community and inspiring all. And Mayor Barnett has declared today, we're going to have a lot of celebrations today as Girls Gymnastics Day in the Village of Downers Grove. Woodridge, Mayor Cunningham in the Village of Woodridge is recognizing the team for representing this region so well, making both Downers Grove North and South High proud, and for bringing the communities surrounding Downers Grove high schools together during this exciting gymnastics season, and has also named this day as Downers Grove Gymnastics Team Day in Woodridge. The Village of Woodridge is also recognizing individually Genevieve. And her highlighting her commitment, spirit, and pride for the entire Woodridge community, and is also declared the first day of March of 2024 as Genevieve Herion Day.
Congratulations again to all of you. All right, so the best news is we get to keep the celebration going because we also are celebrating our Downers Grove South speech team. Again, I won't spoil all of it, but the big news is we were state runners-up or number 2 in state, which is an unbelievably exciting accomplishment for our speech team. So with that, I'm going to call up Coach Makovich to share with you some of those celebrations from his end.
Hi everyone, if you don't know me, I'm Justin Makovich. Kind of fun for me to be standing here because when I was a student, I got to sit there during this. I was a Downers Grove South alumni, graduated, was on the speech team, and I've been a coach on the team since 2008. And I am very fortunate to have been able to keep our tradition of excellence on our program through this entire time. And really, while I, think the coaches have a lot of roles to it, my job would be far harder if it wasn't for the wonderful students that I get to work with. And really, the support from the board and the district for our speech team is something that I'm exceptionally grateful for. But honoring our students, I want to make sure that we have the students who are here honored. So we have 7th in the state. We have Sabrina Crowley and Sebastian Blanco. We have 6th place in poetry reading, Layla Roscoe. We have 6th place in info and 5th place in deck, Naomi Young. We have 4th place in impromptu speaking, Juliana Conyer. We have our state runners-up in humorous duet acting, Gianna Capnegro and Maya Flannery. We have our state runner-up in radio speaking, Sebastian Blanco. And we have our state champion in humorous interpretation, Gianna Capnegro. And part of our 2nd place team as well, I do want to call out Will Elliott, who was part of our team in original comedy. As well as Claire Rhodes, who was a state qualifier for our team as well, part of our 2nd place team. But the great thing about our speech team is that we don't just travel down to state with this group, we travel down to state with 40 of our students, and they are involved in every aspect of the tournament, from being in charge of the timers and room chairs and being the ones running the rooms to competing to our PIR. So this is something that the students are always at the forefront of, and I'm so proud of them, and I'm so proud to be a part of this team. And I would like to call up Gianna Capnegro to say a few words about her.
Thank you all for having us here today. We really appreciate the recognition, and I just want to thank Mr. Makovich. He's such an amazing role model for us, and I don't think that any of us would have been able to accomplish what we have accomplished this year without his hard work. So I just want to say thank you to him. And being a part of the speech team for me has been such an amazing experience. I came here as a transfer student, and even doing speech online was such an interesting experience, but it was honestly so welcoming, and I have just found such a home here. And being a part of speech has helped me in so many other aspects of my life. It's taught me confidence, it's taught me resilience, and being the state champ was so amazing. I got to perform in front of every school that was there, so that was a really awesome experience. And also my parents were there to watch me, so that was also really fun. And just seeing my hard work throughout the season, because speech is kind of, parents aren't really as involved in it, so them being able to see all of my hard work was really amazing. So, yeah.
Our village partners were also busy recognizing our speech team. From the village of Downers Grove, they recognize, there's a lot to this, you'll see. But we have a lot of recognitions this night, so I'll get to the highlights. Recognizing the hard work, dedication, talent, and team chemistry of the 2024 Downers Grove South Speech Team serves as an exemplary representation of Downers Grove and the state of Illinois, bringing pride and recognition to our community and serving as an inspiration for others, and has declared March 4th, 2024 also is Downers Grove South Speech Team Day. Mayor Cunningham and the Village of Woodridge thanks the competitors, coaches, students, administrators, parents, and all others involved with the program for representing the region so well, making Downers Grove South High School proud and bringing the community surrounding Downers Grove High School together during this exciting speech season, and has declared Monday, March 4th as Downers Grove Speech Team Day in the Village of Woodridge. And also has recognized Gianna Capingrino. I messed that up. You can tell I'm not a speech. Let's see. Recognizes her commitment, spirit, and pride of the Woodridge community and should be recognized, and has named the first day of March 2024 in her honor.
And the best part is we're still going. So next, I'd like to introduce our head wrestling coach, Mr. Lovelace. He's going to celebrate both some of the successes the team have, but importantly, we're celebrating individual Maddie Lepasic tonight. But I will have Sean come up and get us started.
Thank you so much for having us tonight. I think I look back 16 years ago coming to Downers Grove in a community like this. This is kind of the essence of Downers Grove and District 99. I think the essence of our school is in our athletics and our activities, and it makes the student experience just so much greater. And I see Justin's kids working year-round, hour after hour. I see Kristen's gymnasts working hour after hour. It's just an amazing part, to be a part of a community that supports their athletics and activities like we do. So thank you for the administration. Thank you for supporting these student athletes as we do. I wanted to celebrate Maddie. Maddie Lepasic is a senior, two-time captain, finished 4th in the state this year, earning all-state honors. The man. Part of Matt's journey is, in the 8th grade, he qualified for a state tournament that didn't happen. The senior, this is the kind of the COVID class. Freshman year was rocky at best, and even sophomore year we kind of limped along. Maddie has done everything that he could to put himself in a great situation. He had a lot of adversity this year. He lost his senior football season due to an injury. Actually missed 1/3 of the wrestling season, and for a while we didn't think that he was going to get a wrestling season at all. But he never missed a football practice. He never missed a wrestling practice. He was always there and ready, and when he got cleared from the doctors, he hit the ground running. So he had an amazing run, finishing 4th place at 190 pounds for us. Again, as a 2-time state qualifier, is a 4.26 out of a 4.0 GPA student. So he's getting it done in the classroom and on the wrestling mat. He's been an outstanding leader. When I point to our younger guys in the program, or even our kids at Jefferson or Eisenhower or O'Neill or Lakeview, I can point to Maddie and say, this is what you want to be. This is who you want to emulate. And it's easy to do. So I wanted to thank Maddie for giving me the opportunity to just kind of go along for the ride. I wanted to thank his family. His mom's here, a teacher in our feeder district. Wanted to thank our coaches, our wrestlers, for supporting Maddie. We had a great team season. We lost in our sectional final, won our 3rd regional in a row, the conference for 12 out of 13 years. But it's because of efforts of individuals like Maddie that really make it worthwhile, right? Standing here on a Monday night and you're kind of like, oh man, I just want to go home. But now I'm looking and I'm like, this is why I'm here, right? I mean, this is why I do what I do, for guys like Maddie, and I know Coach Campos and Coach Makovich feel the same way. Coach Rico is going to come up here and he's going to say the same thing. So thank you for letting us have this opportunity and celebrating the successes of these amazing kids.
Hi, I'm Matt Lepasic. Thank you all for having me here. I just want to thank my coaches, my trainers, my parents, and then my teammates. I truly wouldn't be standing here if they weren't pushing me mentally and physically past my injury. I didn't really think I was going to even have a wrestling season this year. So to just be on the mat this year was just phenomenal, and it was a dream true for me because I was hoping for the best. And then just to go down to Champaign and wrestle my heart out and then to place was just truly a blessing for me. So thank you all.
Mayor Barnett from the Village of Downers Grove. Yes, our village partners have been busy. Has recognized the hard work, dedication, and sportsmanship and talent of Maddie, serving as an exemplary representation of Downers Grove to the sport of wrestling and to the state of Illinois, bringing pride and recognition to our community and inspiring others. And he has declared Monday, March 4th as Maddie Lepasic Day. Mayor Cunningham and the Village of Woodridge has also recognized Maddie's commitment, spirit, and pride to the Woodridge community, and has recognized him and the coaches for all of his hard work, and has named the first day of March as Maddie LaPlacic Day.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Erin Ludwig. I'm one of the associate principals at North High, and I'm really excited to be here tonight to recognize the accomplishments of Kaylee Liu. Kaylee is a member of our girls wrestling team and has some awesome accomplishments. I'm so proud that I got asked to introduce her, but I won't take the stage away from Marcos Rico, who is the head coach. So I'm going to have him come up and tell you exactly all the things she got done this.
First and foremost, I wanted to say thank you to the district. It was actually 2 years ago I had the opportunity to come out here and work for District 99, so thank you so much for that. Yes, so this year we had the opportunity to go downstate, and this amazing young lady, Kaylee Liu, who won the IHSA Regional Championship, took first at the sectional and became the first sectional champion, and it was our very first IHSA Girls Wrestling placer for District 99, placing fourth at the IHSA Girls Wrestling Championship this year, finishing the season at 25-2. And again, there was a few other tournaments in there. I didn't jot them all down, but there was definitely a few other. It's been a privilege, and I think, as Coach Lovelace has mentioned, it's all because of the work that's being done within the district, right? And acknowledging some of the things that some of these amazing individuals are doing, and that's what makes us different from all the other districts out there. Coach Lovelace, Coach McGrath, they've been definitely building up the wrestling program here in Downers in District 99. So my hat goes off to them. They're the ones that gave me the opportunity. They gave me a call, and I still remember that phone call we had. So thank you so much. But Kaylee Liu, if you could come up here and say a few words.
I'm Kaylee Liu. I'd like to thank everybody who's helped with my wrestling career, and it's been great. It's definitely a sport that pushes you, as Maddie said. It's just been great. Great 4 years.
Mayor Barnett would also like to recognize him. And he says that Kaylee persevered after suffering from an ACL tear during her junior year, overcoming this often career-ending injury and becoming the first female medalist in Downers Grove North's high school wrestling history. Also District 99's first medalist. Recognizing the hard work, dedication, sportsmanship, and talent of Kaylee serves as an exemplary representation of Downers Grove in the sport of wrestling, and has named Monday, March 4th as Kaylee Liu Day. Mayor Cunningham in Woodridge recognizes that Kaylee Liu has been wrestling since 7th grade while attending Herrick Middle School. Joined the wrestling team at Downers Grove North for her freshman year as the only girl on the team, and recognizes that Kaylee's win would not have been possible without the fine, exceptional leadership of their coach, Marcos Rico. Recognizes that Kaylee's work highlights the commitment, spirit, and pride of the Woodridge community, and recognizes her along with everybody else involved in the program, and has declared Monday, March 4th as Kaylee Liu Day.
Well, I'd just like to say that, the various accomplishments that we're recognizing here tonight. All of you should be just extremely proud of yourselves. But what the mayor said tonight, which I find to be really true, is that they both talked about inspiring others. And not just the community, but kids who, are doing gymnastics when they're 6 years old, 7 years old, and they're looking up and seeing the Trostangs come home with a second place finish and state champion. I mean, that plays a huge role in inspiring a lot of young girls in our community to want to aspire to do what you guys do. And that holds true with all of you, but I think that's really important and is a takeaway that all of you guys can bring home with you tonight. So congratulations on all of your accomplishments.
All right, you're all welcome to stick around for the rest of the board meeting.
Hold on 1 second. The spirit of Downers Grove, Woodridge, District 99 is on the table for the whole world to see. Thanks to you student athletes. It's just amazing what you guys have accomplished. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank all the parents that have taken the time to be here to support them. And I know all the things you do on a daily basis. You guys are the true superstars as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
I believe we're going to try to grab some photos out in the foyer. So Jill Browning, our communications expert, will grab some photos of you. Thank you for all coming and allowing us to bask in your glory a little bit this evening. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did they spell her name wrong? Like a CD. Yeah. Spell her name wrong?
Several.
Her parents, like all of our parents. She was all done on computer anyway.
I thought about it, and I was like, I mean, they're probably not going to come around and do anything, but then I was like, I was parked down the block. I know I thought about going out and moving it, but
Like, you gotta watch. Like, just warming up.
oh well.
My age, kind of like the coach.
At least I didn't miss the presentation.
Any success in her life takes 2 like back to
I have a 2-hour presentation.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I have a 2-hour
DGS is like
presentation.
very good for this. And I just
2 minutes? Did you say?
30 seconds.
Name that tune.
We're going to try to keep this show rolling.
I love your shoes.
We are going to keep the celebrations going a little bit different through our student perspectives. So we just had celebrating all things athletics, and this gives us a chance to celebrate a more academic realm. I'm going to introduce our librarian, Stephanie Beck, and student Will, and they're going to talk about Will's willingness to lead at the state level in terms of literacy. So I'm just as excited about this. So come on up.
Jenny, would you come? Would you shut that door just
I got it.
As much as we want everybody else to hear,
They can hear it.
We do.
Out there as well.
we did provide a handful of slides for tonight, so we can just kick it right off because I wanted to go ahead and give a little bit of background on the Lincoln Award itself. So I'm Stephanie Beck. I'm one of the librarians. I started out at North. I worked there for 7 years. I went to South America, was the director of libraries at an American school there for 2 years, and then when I came back, I came to South. So this is now my 2nd year at South. So thank you for that leave, and I'm happy to bring back so much of what I learned and the opportunities that we have here that we are able to bring to our students because we have well-staffed libraries. So the Lincoln Award is the Teen Choice Book Award for the entire state of Illinois. It is a list of 20 books, and they are a variety of genres, and every year students can read 4 of these books and then vote for their favorite, and it becomes the Teen Choice Book Award of the year. It's sponsored by the Professional Organization of School Librarians in the state of Illinois, and really its job is just to like encourage reading for leisure, right? We do have teachers who try to do that. This is like an added bonus for them, and it actually becomes a pretty big go-to list for a lot of our teachers when they're looking for some books that are of high interest to help students develop a habit of reading for leisure. I was on the nominations committee, and last year, Will's freshman year, this kid was showing up in the library all the time, right? But not only did he show up, he also was like, have you read any good books lately? And like any book any of the librarians would offer, he'd be like, great, sounds great, I'll read it. Kid would come back next day, we're like, did you get your homework done? You read this 500-page book overnight. He is a voracious reader, and I thought this student would be perfect to be a reader on the panel. But there is a process that he has to go through. So I introduced Will to the process, and he will tell you about his experience.
Hi, my name is Will Phalo. I'm a sophomore at Downers Grove South High School, and I, as Ms. Beck said, I applied to be on the committee for the Lincoln Award books, which was really cool. She sent me a link, and I filled out a Google form, and it asked me why I would be a good person to help select the books. And I said that I've read a bunch of them, because I had read a bunch of them. That was usually the default recommendation if they hadn't read anything recently, because I had maybe asked yesterday or something. I'm also very active in the band at Downers Grove South. I play saxophone and oboe. I'm working on my Eagle Scout project in Boy Scouts, and I love to read. About kindergarten, I started reading chapter books, and I just kind of haven't stopped since. That picture over there is me next to all the books that I've checked out from the DGS library, which I think is a really cool picture. Anyways, so the Lincoln Award, I applied and I sent in the application, and at the time I didn't know that they only accepted 10 teens to be on the panel. I thought there were going to be like 40 or 50 people. I was going to be like surrounded by people, and I found out maybe 2 or 3 days before the meeting that we had to discuss the books that there were only going to be 9 other kids there, which is pretty cool. Anyway, so I sent in the application, and I waited for a little bit, and then around mid-November, I got back the response. Yes, you've been accepted, woohoo. And they sent me a list of 15 books. 10 of the books I was required to read, and then fill out a little Google form saying what I thought about them. Do I think that they would be good books to be on the Lincoln Award list? And then I had 5 optional books that I could read as well, and fill out the same Google form, except I didn't have to do like the full review, write out everything that I thought about it. And so I read 14 of the 15 books, all 10 of the required ones, and then 4 of the optional ones. And one of my favorite books called Little Thieves, I kind of thought was a really good book, and I ended up getting it on the list, which was really cool to be able to do. And along with a couple of the other books that I read. But all of the books that I read were really good. We started out with a list of 75. I read 15 of them, or 14 of them. And from that list of 75, the 10 of us students got to decide what would be on the list. Next slide, yeah. All right, so we had a Google Meet at the beginning of February. And there was a spreadsheet that had the 75 and just kind of the preliminary rankings. So whether like the students would rank it yes or no, would it be good? And then we kind of had them list of the top books to the worst books, or the least preferred books. They're all very good. And so we started off by all of us, the 10 teens that were there. We all kind of split off from everybody else, all the adult librarians, and we just decided on the first book. And then we went back in and we did a round of discussion on the bottom 50% of the list. And if anybody had any books that they really liked, they could say something about them. And then we went through some voting, and based on what people said in the 45 minutes or so we had to talk, we could kind of choose whether or not we wanted the books to be on the list or not, or still in the running for the list. And so then after that voting, we got rid of around half the list, and then we did some more talking and discussion about books that people thought that they would like to see on the list. And then we went into another round of voting, and we decided on the next 8 books. Then we had the top 9 books. It worked out very well because it was books that were 75% yes rates or above, and there happened to be 8 of those, which is great. And so then we had a little break time to go to the bathroom or get a snack or whatever. And then we went back into the 10 teens, went back and discussed the next 2 books that we'd be adding to the list. One of them was Little Thieves, which was the one that I wanted, which is cool. And so then we went back into talking about books and whatever was still on the list. We had the first 11 by that point, and then adding them kind of became a little slower. It was in like 2 or 3 here and there because people were kind of like, there's not that many spots left, and I really want this book, and I really want this book, and I really want this book. And so we did a couple more rounds of voting, and in total it was about 5 hours. There was a lunch break in there somewhere, but it was just a lot of book discussion, which was pretty fun. Yeah, I don't know. That was my experience. I really like seeing how things go on behind the scenes, and so that was really fun to kind of see how the books were selected, because that's kind of where I default to, or where the librarians suggest me to default to when I'm in there during lunch and, oh no, I finished my book, what should I do? So that was a lot of fun for me to be able to do, and one of 10 teens in the state.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Since you're a sophomore, are you going to ask to be on the committee again?
I am going to request or send in another application, and then if they don't find the right people, then they can add me again.
Oh, so you're kind of at the bottom of the list.
It's not guaranteed, yeah. Because they don't want the same people for yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Was it difficult for you to pick the books?
It was pretty tricky for me to kind of decide, because with how many books I read, I have like a really wide range of books that I never really would have tried if it weren't for them being on the list to begin with. And so yeah, it was pretty cool to. It was tricky as well to decide which books I liked more than others, and I sat there in my room with the books kind of spread out on the floor, like moving them around here and there. Which ones do I like more? No, I like this one a little more. But yeah.
Do you have a certain genre that you like?
I really like fantasy and sci-fi. Those are probably my top 2.
All right.
But after that, it's kind of just the book more than the genre.
Okay. All right. Mysteries?
Yeah, I like mysteries too.
Thank you so much for all you do. What I want to know is, how do you find time to do that? The band and Boy Scouts, going for an Eagle Scout. Our son is Eagle Scout and also graduated Downers Grove South. So I know firsthand how much work it takes to climb the ranks of scouting, from Cub Scouts all the way up to Eagle Scouts. But for you to have excellence in all 3 areas, as well as I'm sure your academics, is just phenomenal. As a sophomore, that's just fantastic. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. Yeah, I will. Time management is it's all right.
Sleep is overrated.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, sleep is overrated.
Every once in a while. It's a really good book.
You know, I think down the road you may be able to write a book on time management.
We'll see about that.
Well, I was going to say, my son is in Boy Scouts, and he's in the orchestra, not at the band, and I got to get him going on those books. I'm liking everything I hear, and I'm like, I got to tell him about you and the books. More books he needs to read. Love hearing this, so thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for your leadership and representing our district at such a high level at the state. We greatly appreciate that you're leading in that way and the amount of work that you're putting in. And as an Eagle Scout myself, I know how much work that all takes. So well done, Will. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right, more students.
It's hard
you're
to
up.
be. All right, so as you could tell, there was a lot going on just in, we're in March, right? Yeah, so just in March, especially February, was like a huge, jam-packed, fun-filled
month overall. So like along with speech, gymnastics, wrestling, and book reading, there was also like our dance team getting 12th place in the state, and then also our swimmers going downstate and swimming their best they can. And then with that, we also had the CBS News come, so that was also fun. And then
you.
Right, yes, I got my debut, my news debut. And then there was also, which happened Thursday, our Leap Day celebration. So like I know our Access leaders hid the frogs all around the school, and the top 29, whoever got the frog, like rubber ducky frogs, they got like a nice prize for it. So that really like lifted up the spirits of February, especially since like so much got accomplished during February. It was nice to end it in a way where we can like find frogs in the school. And I don't know if there's any frogs still there, because I know there's 129 like all over the school.
We'll be finding them by the next
Right. Yeah. Maybe like, that's what we were talking about. Like in 10 years from now, like maybe there'll just be a frog in the like in the cupboards or something. Like, we don't know. And then with that, we also had our spirit assembly recently, and that was also fun to see how like the seniors were down by like 100 points by the spirit assembly, and then all of a sudden they went up like 150 points and then won the spirit jug for our spirit. So like I don't know how that happened, but it did. And seniors also, I think this was the first time in history that they lost the tug of war against sophomores. So, so like everybody was shocked there, but it was still like that. I feel like that really set the vibes of the Spirit Assembly. Everyone was just shocked of all the different things that can happen. And we also had our seniors versus staff basketball game, and that was also a cool experience because it was like a lot like a homecoming football game, but like in the stands for access. So there was just like the refs, the cheerleaders, like everything, everybody was involved in the halftime show. So like it really set the experience for everybody to see something like this. And then we also had our spring sports start, I think last week, so everything now spring is finally happening. And our DECA also went downstate this weekend, and they also did really good for DECA. And then I'm in DECA too, so there's that. And then we also have our choir concert coming up. So there's still a lot. We still have 3 months left of the year, so let's see where Downer South can take it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you, Nels.
It's very good.
Julie, do we have any visitors?
No, sir.
Slips? Okay, then Hank, I'll turn it over to you for item 6.
That was for that. All right, staffing process to Rob.
Yeah, this is just a preview for the next time that we meet. We have been deep in the weeds on this entire process. Just to remind you, it's a huge undertaking, and many people in the organization feed into this puzzle. And then the people who fit the puzzle together are our associate principals of instruction, Jake Giblin and Keith Pals, and they have their massive spreadsheets, and then we gather together to figure out what this is going to look like. Really for tonight is just to remind you that process involves what we call sectioning FTE. And so that is the course requests that students put in through their registrations, and then us working through that to determine which classes we can run depending on student interest. And then we have the other FTE, the non-sectioning FTE. So those are our support positions. Some instructionally based positions also, but they're not tied to course selections. So you'll see the next time that we meet that those are broken out separately, so you can see the staffing recommendations that are in there. And then at the next meeting, we'll have that chart, and then we'll go through all the normal pieces that you see, including the personnel reports that are then attached to the staffing recommendations.
So that will be the core of the meeting next time.
Okay, I'd like to ask any board members if anyone has the need to go into closed session to talk about the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of a specific employee, specific individual who serves as independent contractors in park, recreational, or educational setting, or specific volunteers of the district or legal counsel for the district, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee, a specific individual who serves as an independent contractor in a park, recreational or educational setting, or a volunteer of the district, or against legal counsel for the district to determine its validity. Does anyone have any grounds for going into closed session? Okay, hearing none, then we'll bypass item number 7. Item number 8, recommendations for action. I need a motion for the Board of Education to adopt the resolution authorizing the July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2029 performance-based superintendent's contract between the Board of Education and Dr. Henry Thiele.
So moved.
Second.
Terry moves and Ken seconds.
Thank you. Terry Pavasich.
Aye.
Ken Dawson.
Aye.
Sherelle Fuller.
Aye.
Jenny Hagstrom.
Aye.
Kara Caston.
Aye.
And Don Renner.
Aye, the motion carries. I just wanted to take just a brief minute to talk a little bit about Dr. Thiele and what we just voted upon and the impact it'll have on our district. I want to focus on 3 main points that I believe are key to Dr. Thiele's tenure and impact on D99. That's 1, innovation, 2, continuity, and 3, fiscal responsibility. Terry and I were both on the Board of Education when we went through the process of searching for a new superintendent after Dr. McDonald retired. We conducted a thorough search and whittled the field down to 2 candidates. The first was a seasoned superintendent who would go on to lead another reputable school district in the area, and the second was Dr. Thiele. I can remember the discussions we had as a board back then, and the board was split, honestly, because some of the board members were more comfortable choosing a candidate who had proven that they could be a superintendent. But we ultimately settled on Hank because we saw promise, and we saw him as a leader who could help our district grow and innovate. During the last 7+ years, Dr. Thiele has done just that. He's overseen major changes in innovation in District 99. Before Hank joined the district in 2016, the master facility plan was just a vision without direction. Under Hank's guidance, we completely reimagined how our buildings could support modern learning. We asked the community to approve the renovations and received it, and our students will reap the benefits for decades to come as a result of the master facility plan. Beyond the complete physical transformation of our buildings, Hank has championed numerous initiatives, all of which ensure that students receive the support they need to succeed in the future. Under Hank's leadership, we have reformed our processes so that students who are most at risk have a clear path to pass classes and graduate. We expanded and keep expanding dual credit options. Hank even went beyond our own boundaries to introduce dual credit legislation that eventually became law here in Illinois. Knowing a Chromebook is only as useful as its internet connection, we closed our digital divide in the district so that families in need could receive Wi-Fi at home. Impressively, Hank spoke to the U.S. Congress at the Capitol about this work. Believing in the benefits of professional development, we have ample access to programs and opportunities for our teachers and staff to keep growing and learning. Hank also helped to develop a comprehensive 5-year strategic plan based on input from our community. The plan is both innovative and practical, giving the district courses of action to help us prepare students for college, career, and life. And finally, Hank helped to develop and implement a hybrid block schedule to allow our students to have more out-of-classroom tutelage opportunities and to give them some autonomy over how they will meet their educational commitments, much as they will post-high school. The list goes on, and it shows a pattern of how Hank has positively impacted our district since 2016. We know and expect Hank to continue to look for ways to innovate at D99 over the next 5 years. I am especially excited about how Hank and his administrative team are using technology and metrics to address student issues proactively and to better identify students who may have previously fallen through the cracks. That was innovation. 2 is continuity. Continuity of leadership is another major component of tonight's vote. By the time Hank retires, we will have had the same leader at D99 for 13+ years. When an organization as large as D99 has strong and consistent leadership, it tends to thrive. When we look at other area districts in DuPage County and beyond, D99 is blessed to have sustainable and consistent leadership from Dr. Thiele and his administrative team. District 99 continues to be a destination district for top talent in the Chicagoland area, and much of that has to do with the level of leadership exhibited by Hank and his administrative team. And finally, I would be remiss not to mention the financial aspects of both Hank's contract that we've approved here tonight, but also the health and well-being of District 99 as a whole. The Board of Education, before tonight's vote, surveyed not only DuPage County school districts, but other Chicagoland school districts of similar size, standing, and stature. And Dr. Thiele's compensation under his retirement contract will put him smack dab in the middle of other similar superintendents in the DuPage and Chicagoland area. Dr. Thiele's compensation is well in line with his duties in overseeing a $135 million budget, 2 high schools, and over 800 employees. District 99 is a top 5 employer within Downers Grove and a top 10 employer in the District 99 area. Dr. Thiele is a widely respected superintendent amongst his peers across the state of Illinois. He takes on several leadership roles, has testified both in Springfield and Washington, D.C. on numerous occasions, has presented all over the nation in regards to technology and education, and was awarded the 2022 Superintendent of Distinction in DuPage County. During Hank's tenure, District 99 has been a financially responsible taxing agency. District 99's property tax rate has been relatively flat, even with the passage of a $136 million referendum and renovations of both high schools. D99 continues to maintain its AA bond or AA plus bond rating, leaving District 99 in excellent financial standing should it need to issue bonds in the future. In summary, Hank has been an innovative leader for District 99 who will continue to provide continuity in leadership over the next 5 years. In addition, this retirement contract and Hank's role in overseeing our budget has left District 99 in an enviable financial position for years to come. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have anything to say?
Just thank you, Hank, because you've done an excellent job, so thank you.
And as you stated, Hank is a leader not only here in District 99, but across the state, across the nation. So it's truly a privilege for us at D99 to have someone of his stature leading our schools. So thank you, Hank.
That's right.
Thank you all for your continued support and trust. It's an honor to be here and to serve this community. Thank you.
All right, Julie, do we, second reception of visitors, do we have any?
Nothing, sir.
Not, okay. Then I think the last item is I need a motion to adjourn.
Before that, where can we see the basketball game?
It is
NFHS.
being live, and as soon as we adjourn this episode,
Start watching it.
It doesn't start for another 5 minutes,
Oh, I
so
thought it started at 7.
30.
7:30, okay.
Yeah.
7:30.
We're gonna
So
get you
you're
on time.
Okay.
you're okay.
Yes, I'm okay.
Okay.
I-95 on NFHS.
Is that what it is? Okay. I just wanted to make sure that everybody could find out where it is. All right. I
Watch
moved
Twitter
that.
for updates.
Yeah.
Terry
Because
moves.
I wanted
Second.
picture in
Second.
picture.
Moved in 10 seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We are adjourned. Have a great night.
And